Yo.
Revolving door.
Literally.
There's
I can't believe this is so
fucking. To
fucking.
talk to you so much.
Personality?
Yeah.
Ah, I don't even doubt that. That makes perfect sense, actually.
What's that?
So that makes sense. Especially.
Has it been interesting?
I feel like everybody. I feel like the people who know where I'm at, and the people who are unsure where I'm at are nervous. But I feel like I'm not getting the same HOH week as some people would, because
People feel like you already know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are not like
Revealing.
coming in here being like, info, put up this person, put up that person, because it doesn't, like, although people think, a lot of people are like, I have no idea where your head's at. I'm like, I feel like a lot of people do know exactly where my head's at.
I think a lot of people don't.
Really?
Every person I talk to.
Who doesn't know where my head's
I
at?
don't know where your head's at.
Oh, what? Why?
Who are you going to put up?
I'm going to put up Maddie and Marin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was going to put up Maddie and Marin since before I won.
Oh.
And I know you're close with Maddie.
Yeah.
But I think, and obviously, like, just let's keep this in this room.
Yep.
But, like...
And don't even tell anyone that you told me, please.
No, I'm not going to tell anyone that I told you. I'm just going to tell everyone that I told everyone that I'm still making up my mind.
Yeah.
It's at the point in the game where I went through the entire house. I'm not putting you up.
Yeah.
I'm not putting Dela up.
Yeah.
I'm not putting Liv or Ali up.
Mm-hmm.
I have no desire to send Ryan home because he's going to be a target forever. I'm not going to put Hamza up. I'm not going to put Will up.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He really wants to work with you too. He was
Will?
saying. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And I said literally he was the first person I spoke to when he was doing batteries last night. I was like, I'm not putting you up, Will.
Are you planning to backdoor Veronica?
No, but I'm trying to, like, I'm not planning on backdooring Veronica. That's not the goal of the week. If a veto gets used, I'm gonna have to think about who the fuck else is going on that blog, and then I'm gonna have to make some tough calls. But no, that's like not at all where I'm at.
I think that, and I hate even saying it, but like, the downside giving Veronica says she probably would put Ali or Liv up, maybe. That's
So
what
this
Ali
is the
thinks, and that's
thing.
what, like, I hate, but like.
This is the thing, and this is gonna be our opportunity to just boldly, blatantly speak game without having to be like, well,
Okay, I'm down.
Veronica's a huge threat to the game.
Yeah, not to us.
Right now, not to us.
Yes.
But in the future, I don't know where she's at. This week, she has proven fickle as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, she's been all over the place this week.
Yeah.
And like, even like, I'm still decently convinced that she was a rogue vote.
I think I am too.
Like, Jessie, to me, specifically, came into a room and said, yo,
I have her vote last
100%
minute.
Veronica, I have her vote.
Yeah, me too.
And when it started, like, she wore it. She wore that entire emotion. Because knowing that information, I was just watching her.
Did you think that she did it just as like a throw vote, or do you think she actually thought that she had the numbers?
I think it was a bit of like a, here's your vote. Like, what? I don't know the motive.
Yeah.
I don't think she thought it was going to be 2-9.
Yeah.
I think she thought it was going to be like 4-7, I guess, is whatever. I'm not good at math. 4-7. I think she thought it was going to be a lot closer, and that vote could just slip under the radar, and she could still like uphold her word to Jessie and like whatever. Because I think she has a lot of emotions, and I think she did feel genuinely bad, and I don't really think she wanted to keep Liv necessarily.
Yeah.
Like, especially as Jessie's like throwing out all this like shit, all this information, being like, I'll be your soldier for you, I'll take a deal, like whatever. I'm sure all of that did at some point impact her, being like, maybe for my specific game, it's better to keep Jessie. And she said that the whole week, she's like, I'm not telling anyone where my vote's going. And then all of a sudden, as soon as the vote gets cast, she's like, well, I voted Liv.
Yeah.
And there's the fact that she was like purposely trying to make Liv feel uneasy the morning of eviction. She's like, oh, she feels too comfortable. She feels too comfortable. Let's ruffle her
So like, this is all annoying personal stuff.
Pardon me?
This is all like annoying stuff, but I feel like this is all good examples of why people will not trust her a few weeks into this game and why she's like.
Well, and that's why I trust her for me.
Yeah.
I don't trust her for the overall game.
Yeah.
And this is the issue, is like, I'm always torn between being like, I'm playing for what's best for like me, but also what's best for my people.
Yeah.
And right now, what's best for us, what's best for our people are not the same.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not, and like, I might, that would be a huge shot to take.
I know.
And that would need to fucking land.
Yeah.
Because that's it. That's my game.
It seems silly for it to be your shot to take, though, I just feel.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I'm just afraid that it won't be, like, also, of course, trying to resume build. do want to make big moves in the game for sure.
Yeah.
But like, why do I need to put that fucking target on my back?
At week 4.
Like, why?
Yeah.
And I don't have that. Like, there's no drive. There's no motivation to be like, I'm putting these 2 people up in hopes that one of them wins the veto. My ideal world, and I know you're close to Maddie, my ideal world is Mary and Maddie go up, and Maddie goes home.
Yeah.
And that's that. Or Mary and Maddie go up, I win the veto, hopefully it's another $5,000. I don't use it, and Maddie goes home. That's the ideal situation.
You wouldn't want Marin going?
No. Only because
As long as
I
the people are
agree.
inside the house.
I definitely
And
agree.
when you're playing strategy, like being sort of in the middle of stuff, I feel like that's a better thing to kind of like keep those people out.
Yeah.
Almost.
And I do hear exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
But for me, and I know that this is one of those places where like we definitely differ.
That's fine.
And this is why I have a different, like this is like whenever I talk to Hams, I'm like, he'll be like, we need this person. I'm like, I don't, you do.
Exactly.
We are on like opposing sides
Very
of this.
different.
Like for me, I don't have a connection with Maddie.
Yeah.
Like I really don't.
Okay.
Like we've started building a personal, like much more like cordial and like more of a friendship this week. I've never spoken game with Maddie, not once in this entire house.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like people who run from room to room and just try to intervene in every conversation, because I just don't know where those people's heads are at.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't like, to me, you know when people are like say about us, like, I don't know where their heads are at, I don't know what they're thinking, da da da. I would rather someone that's a little more patient with their like their word and a little more patient with their opinions, rather than someone who will run their mouth every 2 seconds whenever it's convenient.
Yeah.
Like I've heard her talk shit about everyone. Like I've heard names come out of her mouth from every angle, and I just, those are the people that for me I could never see myself working with ever.
Yeah.
Like I do not see myself working with Maddie for the remainder of the game. Marin, he could be a vote for either side. You know what I mean? I agree that he is like a bit of a like, I don't even want to call him like a lone wolf, because it's not even that, but he is just kind of like this human who's kind of like, hello, like no threat to be posed whatsoever, which is scary because that could be a threat later on. But if you start picking out the people around Marin, I don't think he's as strong of a, like, he doesn't pose, like it's like keep him, get rid of him, no one's going to give a shit.
Who's going to pick those people off, though?
I guess like...
We're talking like Will, Veronica, Hamza,
Yeah.
and Ryan, question mark?
Question mark. Oh.
I guess those are the bigger like people for future wins over here to take out. Like, ideally, I think it's just important. Like this goes back and forth, and we stay in the middle.
I completely agree.
I don't think it's smart for us to be like, let's get rid of that side and all their big targets.
No.
Because that's just going to screw us. Because then they're going to turn it on.
And the thing is, like, I definitely don't. And it's so funny. People still are like, because people are like, I don't have my one person, and I'm like, you think I have my one person? Everyone's like, yeah, well, Johnny. And I'm like, y'all just love the gays together. But like, I really do. But I was gonna say. And it's funny, I don't know where people gather this information. When we do, I think a very good job at like
I think so too.
like we never.
I feel with
like,
Ellie live too. I'm like, how do they just know?
Yeah,
Like,
it's so
I
weird.
feel like the comfort of conversation people pick up
Yeah.
on too, or like something like that.
100% fair.
You know? Yeah.
And like, but like I very much, and like I know there's probably other people out there, like Maddie's like, I'm super interested in working with Johnny, which is funny because she literally comes into my room and goes, I'm super interested in working with Johnny. And I was like, it's weird that you think pitching working with Johnny is gonna make me game you. And I get it, and I get the like train of
Think forward
thought.
together. And
Yeah.
Like a draw.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, you want to work with Johnny? Then we'll all work together. But like, I do very much. We play a very similar game, and I think it's fucking good for us. And I like the way this is going, and I've liked it since day one.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those things where it's like, I don't want to. I don't know. For me, it's like, I don't want to take Maddie out of the game if it's making your game worse, because like, I'm sure there's people in here that you feel like less connected to.
Lots.
Yeah, fair. But like, it's just so weird when you like break it down, and I'm like, so red room. I'm not taking a shot at the red room. Yo, what's up, girl?
Hola.
You want to give me 5, 10, and then I'll
I was
come grab
gonna
you?
say, yeah, we'll do
I'll grab you
whenever.
next.
I don't-
I'll grab you absolutely
Yeah.
next. Don't worry.
Thanks, Paris.
I'm taking a shot at the red room. 100% no. Like hard no. Because every single one of the people in that room at some point will be a target for someone.
Yeah, I agree.
Like 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Liv and Allie are already on everybody's radar. Dale is already on everybody's radar. And then we're just kind of like little accessories. Like if I'm sitting on the block, if you're sitting on the block, actually, even better example, beside Allie,
Yeah.
Allie Alex going home. If you're sitting on the block beside Derek or Kayla, they're going home.
Yeah.
If you're sitting on the block beside Paris, you're going home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Where it's like, you have to have a good combination of like big threats and also like swing votes and floaters. And it's just for Maddie, I don't know where she even like fucking falls in those things.
Do you feel like you know where Paris lies in those things?
I feel like Paris, I feel very good with my relationship with Paris, and I feel very confident that she is like lynchable. Like she really doesn't have any like concrete humans in this game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And so for that reason, and because she's like very, there's no word that makes it sound like nice,
wants to work with
but like
someone.
yeah, she's eager to do that, and she's eager to like make those connections, and she is a free thinker, and she's in my eyes more of a straight shooter than Maddie is.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Maddie, she's a very strong-headed person and she's a confident person.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like, here, tell me your opinions which may let me down or may differ from mine, she has a hard time doing that.
Yeah.
And I also feel the same way about Veronica sometimes, where I'm like, she's always like, I'm such a straight shooter, I'm so straight up, whatever. But I was like, you are terrible with confrontation. Like after that whole meeting with Ryan, the biggest thing I learned from that entire thing was like, damn, you got no backbone, girl. None. She literally stood there. She's like, I'm gonna make this big thing.
I remember you saying that right after too.
And she literally was like, well, you know, da da da. And she talked to the floor. She didn't make eye contact. She had no confidence. Her voice dropped like a million fucking. Like she literally was whispering. I was like, you are not as tough as you make it out to be.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with people like that. My ex was like that. It's like
All talk.
yeah, and she needs the talk because that's what gets her through the day.
Yeah.
And it's a fake it till you make it. I'm so confident I'm a bad bitch thing. But like, even for me, I 100% think she's a swing vote. I don't care that she was a swing vote because whatever, do you.
Yeah.
I care that she was capable of coming out and being like, wow, why would somebody do that? They're making us all look so sketchy, da da da. Lie. Like, literally will say anything to like get herself out of a situation. And since I was literally just watching her the entire time, she literally was like deep breaths, gulps, fiddling her bracelet over and over. Everyone's like, that's weird. Everyone's mellow and confused. When she can prepare, when she can prep her lies, she's very convincing in those lies. When she's caught off guard and needs to lie her way out of something, she's not very good at it.
I still think it would be a mistake for you to do someone else's dirty work and get her out of this.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree. It's just one of those things that, like, if Maddie pulls herself off, it's just a matter of who I replace Maddie with. Because then it's like, I either need to put up a pawn that I don't mind losing, or I need to take a shot and make sure it lands. Those are the only two things.
I really do feel strongly that people have this idea that there's like this rhetoric of Big Brother where like you absolutely need to get out like a player and stuff. But, like, there's a real strategy to getting out the people who are not
just kind of in the in-between.
But are still numbers potentially against you.
Yep.
And that could be like really smart and if explained well, just as much of a resume builder than anything else.
No, I agree. And that's like any move in this game is a good move.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
it's one more person gone.
One person, and that's when Ryan sat me down, and I've said this to everybody. When Ryan sat me down and was like, "Who do you want to see on the block? Who would you evict?" And obviously, I'm not trying to name my allies out loud. I was like, "Anyone's fine."
The way I looked at it, I was like,